Good morning. This is your wake-up call.
Let's begin now.
Hello and welcome back to Now Awake Wisdom. Today I'm going to be talking about NASA and debunking their lies. Now, when I first started researching this, I was just like you. I thought, oh, people were talking about shadows and the whole NASA landing was filmed on a studio set, and I thought these people are just crazy. None of this stuff is true. None of this happened. And then I started hearing flat earthers saying that you can't get out of the firmament and about Operation High Jump and shooting missiles at the firmament. And I still thought, man, these people are crazy. NASA, they're not lying to us. They went to the moon. There wouldn't have been such a big deal about it. And then I started doing some research for myself, and I found out a whole different story. There are a number of different videos and clips I want to show to you. And today I'm going to start off with showing you a reporter tried to talk to some of the astronauts and asked them just to put their hand on a Bible and swear that they landed on the moon. And he had a very difficult time trying to get them just to do that. Now, watch this video clip and you'll see what I'm talking about.
Why is it that none of the astronauts would swear in the Bible that they had landed on the moon?
But why don't you just put the end to the record in the argument and put your hand on the Bible, swear to God you walked on the moon?
Mr. Several, knowing you, that's probably a fake Bible.
Well, you're talking to the wrong guy. Why don't you talk to the administrator at NASA? We're passengers. We're guys going on a flight.
I don't hit people, but you're going to be on the deck unless you get
I'm heading out. I appreciate it.
And get the hell out of the house.
Well,
Take your stuff and get the out. Why don't you quote me and say it's bull?
And the shadows in Iran. I don't give a damn about all that.
You're the one who said you walked on the moon when you didn't. Calling the kettle black, if I ever thought of it. Saying I misrepresented myself.
Away from me.
You're a coward and a liar and a thief.
You want me to knock you in the head?
Well, I want you to swear to God on the Bible that you walked on the moon.
Okay.
If you walked on the moon, we're given the opportunity to swear to God that you walked on the moon.
I'm going to give you the opportunity to get the hell knocked out of you if you don't leave me alone.
Watching them lie through their teeth, carrying on a hoax that is so outrageous that they're beyond human. They couldn't cover it up. They were just too human.
Exactly. You can see on Neil Armstrong particularly. He doesn't want to lie. This guy just doesn't want to lie.
No.
He's looking down. He just doesn't want to say anything. This is why he didn't give any interviews for the rest of his life.
Look at that. Please do look at that, folks. YouTube video of the first Apollo crew to come back. Press conference. It's really embarrassing. I mean, it's just embarrassing. The lie was so big that they really couldn't fake it that well. It was too much for them. I can't blame them. Then you know what else? So many of the Apollo astronauts who allegedly went to the moon and all that kept really, when you think about it, low profiles. They just didn't talk much. And to this day, they don't talk much.
Okay, now, these videos were the first ones that I saw that really started getting me to think, hey, maybe I should look into this a little deeper. Maybe these people that are saying NASA is lying might have a little bit of truth to their story. So I started actually going to the NASA site itself, and there was a little bit of information that they were putting out that was really making me double think. I was watching this video and NASA themselves were talking about going through the VanAllen belts and saying they can't do it, and they were saying they need to plan and they need to find some way to get through the VanAllen belts without destroying their electronics and without putting the astronauts in danger. Check this video out and you'll see what I'm talking about.
We are headed 3,600 miles above Earth, 15 times higher from the planet than the International Space Station. As we get further away from Earth, we'll pass through the VanAllen belts, an area of dangerous radiation. Radiation like this could harm the guidance systems, onboard computers, or other electronics on Orion. Naturally, we have to pass through this danger zone twice, once up and once back. But Orion has protection. Shielding will be put to the test as the vehicle cuts through the waves of radiation. But Orion has protection. Shielding will be put to the test as the vehicle cuts through the waves of radiation.
But Orion has protection. Shielding will be put to the test as the vehicle cuts through the waves of radiation.
Sensors aboard will record radiation levels for scientists to study. We must solve these challenges before we send people through this region of space. We must solve these challenges before we send people through this region of space.
We must solve these challenges before we send people through this region of space. For this flight, it's time to head home.
Okay, now after I got to this point in my research, it really got my mind moving. And I started also thinking, why hasn't any other country made a moon landing? And I started to do a little bit of research on that. And then I seen another video about the Challenger. Look this up for yourself. Just go on YouTube and look for Challenger crew members still alive. Apparently they found all the crew members of the Challenger that didn't even bother to change their names or identity. They're still out there working and doing things with the same names as they had before. A couple of the people said that they're their twin brother, but that seems a little bit fishy to me. Now the next thing I want to get to is the rovers. If they can't put people or electronics through the VanAllen belt without the electronics being destroyed, how did they get the rover to the moon and to Mars? And how come the moon and Mars both kind of look like the desert in America? I'm starting to think at this part in my research that NASA's just kind of making up things that we want to hear to keep us happy, to where our billions of dollars in tax money is going to. I have another video for you to watch that might give you a little better idea where the rover pictures are coming from. Check this one out.
This is supposedly the Curiosity. You know that little carrito, that little car on Mars? Not on Mars. I think it's a little bit closer. Watch this.
So I keep digging a little bit deeper, and I finally get underneath this cloud cover here, and a few images pop up. And I say, oh, images, what are they? Well, this is what you got, which I'm sure that looks familiar to you, right? Looks just like the pictures they give us of Mars. So I'm just kind of creeping around here and definitely noticing the same kind of undulation changes and same kind of rock, same kind of dirt. Only thing that's missing is that nice little red tint that they pay somebody $150,000 a year to put on there. Is that right? Whose orange Hummer is this? Okay, that looks like a NASA symbol. Well, let's dig a little further because I can't really see anything on here other than it certainly looks like a NASA symbol. And I can't read that. Tried. Cameras set up, tents, ATVs, food. They've been there a while. It's not a one-day trip. Got their antenna set up out in the middle of nowhere in Greenland. Another ATV. A leveler equipment. So I'll keep kind of going through here and see if it... What the... Yeah. So. I think I found out where Mars is, guys. It's just about 1,000 miles north of me. Not quite the distance that NASA says. But I can't find anybody who's in charge of this. They must be hiding behind these rocks. Oh no, there they are out in front of everybody. Just standing there. Lovely. Clown number 1, clown number 2, and clown number 3. This thing's just driving around taking pictures. Unbelievable. Actually, if you ask me, it's quite believable. But what do you think? Are they sending scientists up on ATVs to practice on the rover in a remote island in Greenland? I doubt that, highly. But I did see something cool on the site. You could send Curiosity a postcard. So I was like, sweet.
With Curiosity, we land in something that actually looks very Mars-like, but it also looks Earth-like with those mountains in the background there, these deeply dissected pyramidal mountain ranges, and it just looks a lot like what you see out in the Mojave Desert. It's really cool. And so it kind of makes you feel at home.
Curiosity's primary mission is to search for signs of life on the planet most similar to Earth.
Okay, after that video clip, you might just be saying, okay, that's, you know, maybe they test them in the desert, and maybe that's not what NASA really does. But I have one more video for you to check out. Somebody that actually worked in NASA. And if they're sending this feed to the employees and telling them it's real, I don't know. Take a look at it for yourself and let me know if you think there are really people on Mars or maybe something a little fishy's going on here.
Do you know what was going on in 1979?
Where?
Well, on Mars.
No.
Okay.
What was going on in 79 on Mars?
Well, I used to work at NASA during that time and handling downlink telemetry. And one night on our video monitors, while the little Viking rover was running around, I see two men in suits, not necessarily space suits. I mean, they look protective, but they didn't look like the bulky things that our astronauts use. But they came over the horizon walking towards the Viking Explorer, and our vision got cut off. I didn't see what they did with it or anything else.
They were probably making repairs.
Well, that's why I was wondering if they were our guys or not. Cause
yeah, they were.
Do you know what kind of suits they wore?
Pardon?
Do you know what kind of suits they wore?
Well, they wouldn't have to wear very much. I mean, the atmosphere is... there's enough atmosphere to walk around without a spacesuit on Mars, same as there is on the moon. I mean, it's like about 15,000 feet on Earth. Now, you can go through a 24-hour acclimatization program on the moon, and you can walk around without a spacesuit. Same thing on Mars. You don't need a spacesuit. If they had one, it was just minimal.
Did you have any other witnesses there while you saw this?
Well, there's about well, out of the workers, there's probably about a half a dozen of us, because we were... You've seen the typical NASA things where they got all the monitors.
Oh, yeah. So you had a few people out there monitoring the monitors.
Yeah, you got about, the people that were up there, and then there's about a half a dozen of us downstairs, because, it was just maintaining the equipment, because if anything went wrong, we had to get it up quick so they didn't miss the telemetry.
You folks must have been amazed at what you saw.
Yeah.
Okay, now, after all that information, I have a whole different thought about NASA. I definitely believe they're lying. I definitely believe we probably haven't had humans go past 400 miles off of the Earth, probably just in the low Earth orbit. And all the stuff they do with the rover and, airbrushing their pictures. I don't think they've sent manned missions past the VanAllen belt. I think NASA is lying. I think it's debunked. Now, I'm not saying nobody's ever went to the moon or to Mars, and I'm not saying that it's impossible to do. I just don't believe NASA did it. I believe their whole story is full of holes and it's lies. Now, if you enjoyed this video, please hit the thumbs up, please hit the like, please subscribe, and feel free to contact me at nowawakewisdom@gmail.com. And believe in self, believe in unity, and love conquers all. Peace.
Shall we begin? Let's begin.